Yo guys, Crescent here, welcome to another build video. Today I'll be showing you a werewolf build for Stem Sock, and after this build video I will most likely post a gameplay video of Magica Nightblade, and then I'll come up with, because I'm theory crafting another Stem Sock build because I'm kind of like interested in Stem Sock nowadays, and so there's gonna be another dot build to come in the future. Okay, so for this build, yeah, as you can see in the title, 53k max stamina. That is crazy. You could even go higher if you want to be even more offensive, because this build is kind of balanced, good healing, good sustain, and good damage. So yeah, I'll just show you the stats so you understand how I achieved that amount of stats for this werewolf build. Okay, so okay, the first thing is you need to know the race is really important. Let's say you are not at, let's say, because I'm an orc, and I'm just gonna be frank with you, the healing on werewolf is just dog shit, because it's just really terrible. You only have one skill to really heal yourself, and the other skills you can put some dot heals on yourself as well, but it's not really that good. But that's why I'm using Troll King. So you want to use one defensive set on the monster helm. I'm an orc. If you are a race that has a extra health regeneration recovery passive, like Khajiit, Orc, I think not, perhaps, I'm not 100% sure. So if you're this kind of races, you can definitely go for Troll King. Troll King is really good. That's why I'm using Troll King, 2 impenetrable. But if you are not, I would highly recommend you to use there's a few monster helms I can suggest you to use. Okay, so the ones that are really good is Mighty Chudan, because it will give you major one and major resolve, and gives you extra health as well and extra resistance, so you'll be really tanky. If you want to go full offensive, Molak Kena is decent as well, so you do a lot of light attack and your damage will just be really crazy. Remember, werewolf will get extra percentage for weapon damage. That's why Molak Kena is extremely powerful if you can sustain. Another really powerful sets, 2 really powerful sets are Pirate Skeleton. You get just crazy amount of defense. Major protection is just really strong, almost broken. And Malubeth is kind of like an optional one. It's quite nice to have because the beam gives you major vitality, which gives you a lot of increased healing, which is really nice as well. Okay, so these are the sets I would say you should use. But if you want to go just crazy offensive, Celine is really nice. Always remember, you get extra maximum stamina if you are a werewolf. So 1 piece stamina is really nice. Celine is really nice. Slime Crawl is really nice. It just amplify your damage even more. So there's a lot of different sets you can use. Obviously, Troll King is really nice as well because I'm an orc. So it's really up to you. You choose what you like. You just give it a try. I cannot say which one is better for you. But for me, if I'm an orc, I got health, recovery, bonuses, passive, just go for Troll King. You won't regret it. It's really nice. Alright. So back to the sets. The second set we'll be using is Shackle Breaker, 5 piece. I'll be using 2 piece Shackle Breaker on the one-handed sword, like usual. Nirnhorn on the main hand, and on the off hand you want to use Sharpen or Precise, really up to you. I use disease damage on the main hand and weapon increase damage on enchantment on the offhand. Okay, so I'll be using body heavy, and I'll be using 2 Shackle Breaker pieces medium on the body. This is a medium armor build, so we are using 5-1-1, 1 light, 1 medium, and 1 heavy. Why we are using 5-1-1 instead of 6-1 is because we want to amplify that max stamina from the passive of Undaunted. So 5-1-1 will just boost that max stamina. Okay, Shackle Breaker is nice. There's a reason why we are using Shackle Breaker, is because that's why this is the only thing I don't like about werewolf. You know, one of the things besides the cost of the skills are really high is your healing is based on Magicka. Basically, the higher max Magicka you have, the higher spell damage you have, the better your heals are. So with Shackle Breaker, you get obviously the 2k Magicka, which is really nice, a big boost to your Magicka, and you will get Magicka recovery, really decent as well, and spell damage as well, really decent. So with this and one skill, I would like to tell you before I go into the skills, I would just want to mention before that why I'm using Power Surge. So Power Surge give you Major Sorcery and Major Brutality. So with Shackle Breaker and Major Sorcery, your heals are gonna go up to maybe 9.5k or so, are fully buffed, close to 10k your heals, which is really nice. Okay, so always remember that you need to build some max stamina or some, I would say, spell damage into your build, just a little bit, not a lot, just to amp up this heal. If not, it's gonna be too low. Like 8k is just too low without Shackle Breaker. So I would say with Shackle Breaker is close to 9 to 10k, which is a lot better. Okay, this is your healing skill for Werewolf. Okay, so the second set we'll be using, so we will be using 3 Shackle Breaker on the body and a 2 on the sword, and we'll be using 5 piece Bone Pirate, 3 on the jewelry. I'll be using 2 weapon damage and 1 stamina cost reduction. And if you find yourself just having a lot of issues with stamina, which happens a lot on Werewolf, you want to use 2 cost reductions. Okay, just really important. For me, I think 2 weapon damage and 1 cost reduction is just how I roll. And then we'll be using 2 medium body pieces, impenetrable, everything maximum stamina. My body, I'm using a tri-stack glyph is because I think I took this from another character, if I'm not mistaken. So it doesn't matter, 1 tri-stack glyph or 2 tri-stack glyph is still gonna be fine. Okay, so yeah, Bone Pirate, all pieces, all the jewelries are robust, yeah. And on the front bar, we'll be using Maelstrom Battle Axe. You could definitely use 1 piece Shackle Breaker if you want, but I just don't want to craft it, so I'll just use a Maelstrom Battle Axe Sharpen or Nern, doesn't really matter, both are really good. Okay, because we'll be focusing on always getting the ultimate, then going into Werewolf. When we are in Werewolf, this is how, basically this build is built around Werewolf, okay? It's not built around you being in normal human form, okay? So just remember that. That's why it's not really that important. Alright, so this is the setup. This is the my phone, sorry. This is the items I'm using. I will tell you how to achieve about maybe 58 to 59 k max stamina if you want to go that crazy amount of just full offensive. If you want to go that route, you could use the set Howl King set, which gonna provide all maximum stamina. Remember, when you turn into Werewolf, you amplify your maximum stamina. I'm not sure how much, but basically you will just get a lot of maximum stamina. That's why I can get so much maximum stamina just by turning into Werewolf. Okay, so if you want to get like the 58k, I would say 58k is what you're gonna achieve with the Howl King. So you take away Bone Pirate, you take away all the Bone Pirate pieces, and you just replace them with Howl King. Okay, and then you're gonna get crazy amount. You're gonna lose maybe 400 or so regeneration, 500 or so, but you're gonna get a lot of damage. Your damage is even gonna be crazier. Even now with 53k, it's gonna be crazy. I'll show you the tooltip soon. Okay, so yeah, stat sheet. This is the unbuff. I'm not a I'm not a werewolf yet. I will go into werewolf, and then I will show you my fully buffed stats. Yeah. Alright, I got my werewolf ready, which is good. So like usual, you buff up everything and transform into werewolf. I use a potion, buff up. So you can see 4.1k max weapon damage, 40k weapon crit, 53k maximum stamina. It's just ridiculous, man. The stamina recovery is 2k. Remember, we have 1 cost reduction as well. It's just crazy. How you get the 4.1k weapon damage is because I proc my... Wow, the giant is already dead from the wolf. Okay, so how you achieve this is really simple. You just light attack. You just buff up, use all your buff, and then just light attack. Basically, I will tell you, your whole of Agony fully buff is gonna go 20k damage, physical damage. 20k physical damage. It's crazy. I know the skills on Werewolf cost a lot, but the rotation is just really simple. You just buff up yourself with Hercine Rage, you get a 10% increased weapon damage, okay, and then you get close into enemy, and then you use a Arousing Roar, you light attack, Arousing Roar, light attack, get the bleed on enemy. Sorry, you don't use Roar first, light attack. Oh my god. Okay, let me explain it again, sorry. You get close like usual, you make sure your Harassing Rage buff is there, you put the light attack into Claws of Anguish, so you get major default on your enemy, you put the bleed dot from your light attack of Werewolf, you put another dot of this dot, the disease dot, and then you fear your enemy into Howl of Agony. That is your combo. You just always try to repeat that. And then, yeah, if you are running low on resources, just do a lot of heavy attack, because based on the passive, you will get your heavy attack will restore 100% more stamina, which is really, really awesome. Okay, so that is how you play the Werewolf. It's really, really straightforward. Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you the tooltip already. I will show you the skills. You can switch it around if you want, but this is how I roll. Because my build is like a full, like I mentioned again, I will mention it again, it's full focus on Werewolf. So without Werewolf, this build, you are not strong at all. Okay, so you're using Execute, Reverse Slice, Dizzying Swing, your damage skills, Stampede, your Gap Close, your Snare, Streak, just get away from Zergs, Rally, your heal obviously, and Overload is just to, on the Overload bar, I'll be using Caltrops and basically, what do you call that? The mines, the shield, sorry, Dark Deal, sorry, oh yeah, Dark Deal, and then I'll be using the skill from Fighter's Guild as well, Rearming Traps and Streak and Vigor. This is on my Overload bar, and yeah, on the back bar I'll be using Shuffle, really important because we are medium armor build. Power Surge. Remember, you want to use Power Surge because of the major sorcery, so you get better heals when you are in Werewolf. Blood Craze is just a dot. Before, I like to use this dot before I go into Werewolf, so I can apply lots of dot. When I apply this dot already on an enemy, then I can just go into Werewolf form. Hurricane, before you go into Werewolf, you want to use this as well. Vigor, yeah, just your heal and Werewolf pack leader. Okay, I forgot to mention, you could definitely, I'm using 2 swords now. Is the main reason I'm using 2 swords is because there's a good chance I might use this setup on a Magicka build. Okay, that's why I'm using swords, because swords are the best for Magicka. But if you are really if you want to maximize your build, I would say use a sword on the front bar, Nirnhorn, and on the back bar use an axe. The axe is gonna proc another bleed, which is gonna put even more pressure on your enemy. So if you really want to maximize your build, 1 sword, 1 axe is the better way to go. But 2 swords are not bad as well. Even daggers are decent as well. Okay, but I'll recommend you 1 sword, 1 axe. In my opinion, that's the best. Alright, yeah, the skills, yeah, I think I finished all of them already. I'll just go through the Werewolf skills and I'll explain what are the choices I made. But definitely you could change it around. The first one, why I'm summon 2 wolves is because the wolves you can take line of sight with the wolves. When you summon 2 wolves, you can use the wolves to line of sight, and the damage of the wolves are pretty strong as well. Okay, let me just get away from this monster. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, yeah, so that's why I choose pack leader. Of course, if you want to do, even if you are playing in a group, I would highly recommend you just go Berserker, because you do even more damage on your bleed, light attack bleed. Okay, and Gap Close, why I use this Gap Close is because I just feel like Feral Pounce is better because you add another 2 more seconds in your Werewolf form, so I think that is better. And for the healing, I use this one is just because I want to go offensive, because I got my Troll King already available, so I got quite a decent heal there. So I feel like the dot heal is just too low in my opinion. It's about 4k, not good enough for me for 8 seconds. That is way too low. So I prefer to have the 10% increased weapon damage. As you can see, I got 4150 weapon damage fully buff, which is crazy. Okay, so it's really up to you though. If you feel like you really need that healing, just go for Fortitude. Okay, if not, go for Rage. Okay, and Arousing Roar, why I choose Arousing Roar, it's pretty damn straightforward. Gives you major brutality. That is too important. You need to use Arousing Roar, especially when your major brutality is down from your Vigor, from a rally for example. You need to use this to get it back. And Howl of Agony is obviously better because you always want to fear people with Arousing Roar. You fear people and then you go into Agony, so you deal 30% more damage when they are feared. So this is a no-brainer. Agony is always better. And Claws of Anguish, I highly recommend you to use the Major Defile one, Anguish instead of Life, because I feel like the healing is decent, it's not bad, but Major Defile is just too important. You need to pick off target fast as a werewolf, so you just need to jump on one guy, you need to kill him, then you go on another. So I just feel like Major Defile is just too damn good. And the passive, you should just take every one of them besides Blood Moon. If you want to give your friend a bite, you can use it, but passive, just learn it down, okay? So yeah, I think that's about it for the skill. And yes, the CP, yeah. Last thing, before I go into CP, I'll just need to mention there are 3 pots that are extremely powerful. You need to remember. 1, lingering health. You restore health and give you major vitality. If you feel like you are not getting enough healing, use this potion. This potion is extremely powerful. The next potion is a normal tri-stat potion. I don't have it now, but it's really powerful when you are maximizing your health recovery, like me now. Because I'm an orc, I maximize the health recovery to increase the healing from choking. So tri-stat potion is really powerful as well. And one more potion that is really powerful is this one. Immune to knockback, major savagery, and stamina. Sometimes when I'm going offensive, I feel like I have the upper hand on the enemy, okay? I'll use this potion. You can't get CC'd, you are fast, you have crit. It's just really powerful overall. So these 3 potions, bear in mind, are really powerful. Okay, so the skills are done. Yeah, I'll just go through the CP now. CP is really important. Remember that, yeah? It's extremely important. You need to build accordingly, because you are now playing with a werewolf. You have to think that I'm building into a werewolf, because if you want to do half-ass werewolf build, it's not gonna work. You want to focus everything the CP, so that when you are in werewolf form, you are just crazy powerful. Okay, Siphoner. You're doing a lot of light attacks, so I put 15 points into this. It's quite nice. Warlord 51, so you get 19%. Mooncalf 64 points, you get 13% stamina recovery. If you are using a Howl King build, like I mentioned just now, Howl King set, which you will run very low stamina recovery, put less into this and put more into tenacity, so you rely more on heavy attack. But for my build, I have 2k stamina recovery, so I just feel like Mooncalf 64 points is just nice. 11 to tenacity, you could put more into tenacity if you want. If you are a heavy armor build, definitely put more into tenacity, but I'm medium armor, so 11 is just nice. 23 to health recovery. I only put this into this if you are a orc or like you're running choking. If you're not running choking, take all these 23 points, throw them into tenacity. Okay, tumbling 66, I'm medium armor build, so I want to dodge a lot more, really important. Even in heavy armor build, you want to put this much into tumbling, because you can't be blocking a lot on werewolf. You want to rely more on roll dodging, okay? And blessed 19, no brainer, you need extra heal. 19 into physical weapon expert, you do a lot of light attack, so physical weapon expert, you're going to put more into this. 13 to shattering blows, 66 into master at arms, 11 to thermal church, 40 into precise strikes, 43 into mighty, 19 into piercing. I would say this is the standard. You don't want to put too much into thermal church, because you only have 2 dots, maybe 3. So the bleed, light attack, bleed from weapon, light attack, bleed, and werewolf bleed, so only 3 dots. Yeah, I think 11 points is enough. If you want, you could put more into it, but I don't recommend that. So just make sure you have a little bit more into piercing. Okay, and yeah, Ironclad 61, 19 to resistance, 37 to thick skin, 56 hardy, 43 elemental defender, 3 expert defender, and 11 quick recovery. Yeah, so this is the CP. Yeah, I think this is about the build. Always remember that the rotation, like I mentioned previously, and yeah, I would say avoid blocking more on werewolf, try to dodge roll more a bit, and always know your limits as a werewolf, because you need to remember that your healing is just dog shit as a werewolf. I have to mention that again. It's one of the worst healing thing, worst thing to play in the whole game. Your healing is just the worst, so you always remember your limits. When you go in, you know when to go out, when to line offset. That's really important. It's all about practice. Werewolf, I would say offensively, werewolf is crazily good, because the skill deals 20k tooltip damage, which is crazy, and you have a fear as well, which is really nice against blocking targets. So yeah, so werewolf is a really fun I would say class, I don't know, race or something to play, but it's really challenging as well, especially solo. If you have a healer with you, Werewolf is gonna rack shit up. So I would recommend playing in a small group. Werewolf is gonna be really powerful. Okay, so that's about it for this build. Make sure you throw this video a like. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you won't miss out more gameplay videos or build videos or stuff like that related ESO PvP videos. And I'll see you guys in Cyrodiil. Okay, bye bye.